Passion, a seven-letter word that means more to me than I was able to understand before. I've worn passion on my sleeve. I've carried it in my heart. I've even taken it and repackaged it and tried to give it to others. Now, why am I talking about passion? Because I'm passionate. And one of the things that I'm passionate about is my success. But what do I do when passion is not enough? What do I do when I've been working the past 30 years of my life to do something that I'm passionate about? And yet I still sit here in front of this camera trying to figure out what it is that I'm going to do. And it's not that I don't know what my passion is. I'm trying to find a way to channel it. I've sat down and I've wrote poems. I've got on my computer and I've created slides. I've created videos, and it never feels like the right channel to go on and channel it to or channel it through. I'm passionate about my success. I'm passionate about my progress. But it feels like the passion that I have is just, it's not sufficient enough to move forward in a world like this. Now, if we talk about why, that's a whole another can of worms that I want to get into. I just, again, don't know how. And I guess I could go on and just get on here and start rambling, but and I'd be all over the place. And that's one thing that I've always been ridiculed for doing. So I don't want to be all over the place, but at the same time, it's who I am. It's the way that my mind thinks. And I guess I haven't seen enough confirmation to know that the way that I think and the way that my mind processes it and the way that I can bounce from subject to subject, I haven't seen enough people do it to deem myself able to do it. I get on here and I start making these videos. I haven't been promoting any of it. And I'm trying to understand why. Why am I having such a hard time with drawing the attention to myself? And I could sit here and I know why. And I think there's a part of me that doesn't want to go on and bring that to the light for the fear of what people are going to think about me, you know. And I've always lacked love in my life. So my whole life I've been searching for it. And even the people who were supposed to love me put a condition on it. And this is the result. This is what comes from conditional love. And while they might say that it's not conditional, it's always felt conditional. It's always felt like a transaction. Why am I not allowed to be who I'm supposed to be and people be happy with it? Why is it that I've always been pushed beyond my comfort zone to go on and fit the mold of someone that someone else wants me to be? I took a trip out to Chicago a couple weeks ago and I'm still here. I was hoping that I'd be able to go on and find some sort of positioning for myself. But I'll tell you the one thing that this trip has taught me, me being out here, it has definitely shown me the things that I lack. And some of the things that I lack is a support system. It's having that person that I can go on and I can turn to and say, hey, I was thinking about these things and I want to go on and talk about it. And I keep hearing people say that I've got to be that for myself. And it's like, how? How do I be that for myself when I've never been able to do it for myself? I've always had someone, or no, I haven't always had it, but when I did have it, that's the only way that I knew how to do it. Outside of having someone to sit down and talk to about these things has always been conditional. It had to be someone that I was investing my time in. It had to be someone that wanted to go on and sit there and listen to me ramp, wanted to go on and sit there and listen to me ramble on about the things that I go through. And there aren't very many people who will sit down and listen. And then at the same time, if they do sit down and listen, what comes from it? Because as far as I can tell, nothing. I don't know, man. I struggle and I try to keep it to myself, but that's only going to work for so long. I'm only going to be able to keep this struggle to myself for so long. And I seek other people who understand what it's like to struggle from where I'm struggling at. But again, the only thing I keep hearing is that I have to figure it out. I know I have to figure it out. But what is it that I'm figuring it out? Or what is it that I'm figuring out? I don't know. I have a hard time fitting into society, and I try to talk about it and tell people about it. And it seems like the more that I try to open up and talk about it, the more I tend to get ridiculed or tend to have the things that I go through and what I talk about doubted or neglected. Really, all I need is understanding. I need patience. I said that I was gonna start a video diary. I didn't record anything yesterday for YouTube, so I'm kind of making up for lost time here. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go on and record this video and then share it on my Facebook. Somebody's gotta hear me, right? Somebody's gonna listen. I don't know who, and I wish I knew who it was, but I don't. I think that's one of the biggest things that I struggle with right now. I mean, sure, knowing that I'm not the only person going through it lightens the load a little bit. You know, like I understand there are other people who are experiencing the same things as I am, but how the fuck do we get out of it? How do we reverse that spiral and rise? You know, I've been so self-conscious of myself, wanting to make sure that everything is perfect for the eyes of others, for the eyes of family, for the eyes of the people that I find that I want to build a life with. And I've always been that way, and I don't know why. No, 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 correction. I do know why, because that's all I've known. From childhood to running away early at a young age to being on my own since the age of 15, the ripe young age of 15. That's all I've known how to do was fold and fit the expectations of others. So I guess ultimately I don't really know who I am. And I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure it out in a way that works for me. And that is what I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about that growth. While this is a slow as process, I know that as long as I stay consistent with it, I will make it. And I'm going to go on and get this shit done. But I'll tell you what, it's a lot less of a burden when you've got someone to go on that path with you, or even if they're not on the path, every once in a while it's nice to stop and call up and talk to them, and just get input, get insight, tell them what you've been going through. And while I'm not envious of the people who have those things, I do feel like those who have it are a lot better off. What the fuck is that? Yeah, yeah, I got it. It's JP. Fit in that mold, man. And it's crazy how overwhelmed I get about everything. I'm so tired of hearing that I'm a man and that I should figure this out and I should know what to do and I should, you know, you are a man that has the issues that I have and face the things that I've had to face and the things that I'm currently facing. You would understand how much energy that goes toward, and you would understand how much energy that leaves for me to go on and continue to be this person that everybody else keeps saying that a man is supposed to be. And it doesn't make me any less of a man. It just means that I need to be able to take a break, stop, and reflect. But then sometimes it doesn't even feel like I know what I'm reflecting on. I'm probably in the lowest of the lowest that I've been in my life right now. And really, all I'm really looking for is just people that will listen. People that will provide the insight and not just tell me what they think I should do without considering the fact that I'm not the same person that they are. Someone who takes the time to go on and look behind what society says is supposed to be like. I mean, I'm not jumping to any drastic measures. I'm just saying it'd be nice to feel like I'm a part of this world instead of constantly being shown that I stand out. But yeah, I just wanted to go on and get these thoughts out, man. I feel like I could go on for another hour talking about these things, but I'm not. I'm not gonna go on for another hour. I've been on here for 15, 17 minutes going on. I'm gonna end the video here. Facebook won't let me go active, so yeah. Till next time.